Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of Nuclear and Mishael Wright, and today we're going to introduce the fascinating world of cells. We're going to approach different dynamics. First of all, we're going to talk about the history of the cell, how we came with this amazing concept, how it formed, and at the same time, we're going to see how we're conformed its orbitals. Secondly, we're going to talk about what are the differences between eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells. And finally, their functions, structural and functional speaking. Okay, 4.3 billion years ago, we had extreme conditions in what we currently know as your planet. So we had something that was called the Hadean Eon. Hadean Eon is related to the Greek mythology god that is called Hades. Hades was a great god of the underworld as we currently know it. So after that, the Earth planet cooled down. So we have high temperatures, we have a really hard conditions for what we know as living beings. And the cells were something that was an impossible idea to be done, right? So the Earth planet cooled down, okay? Under these hard conditions, we had a lot of volcanoes. They presented, as the name says, a volcanic activity. So this volcanic activity started delivering some gases. Some of them were ammonia, methane, right? CH4, sorry, ammonia, NH3, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. Okay, so really important to comprehend that these two that are here, methane and carbon dioxide, are the famous greenhouse gases, okay, related to the greenhouse gas effect. So on the early Earth planet, we had a lot of volcanoes. So the volcanic activity was tremendously high. Then we had the Earth planet under temperature average conditions of 400 Celsius degrees. And we had some distributions, right? So the distributions were 95% of carbon dioxide. We had 4% of water vapor. And then we had the other traces of nitrogen, ammonia, and methane. Okay? So in the current conditions, your planet is mostly covered by water. More than 74% of your planet's surface is covered with water. Ironically, we call this your planet, but it should be called the water planet. Okay? So the distribution of the percentage is going to be different by the way. So here we will have a distribution of okay 78% is going to be covered by nitrogen, 21% is going to be covered by oxygen, right? And the other distribution are traces of water vapor, methane, and ammonia. So you can find out a great difference in contrast of the initial conditions of the Haitian era to these current conditions. Okay. Right, the interaction between these ultraviolet radiation and in these temperatures and conditions are being created different compounds of carbon. So if everything had been added to the gases, possible building blocks of life could have been created, such as nucleotides, oligo, oligo, nucleotides, peptides, ribose, pentose, fatty acids, amino acids, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this idea came in 1924 by a scientist whose name is Alexander Oparin, right? Who led us to a concept that we know currently as the primordial soup. Okay, so he basically talked about something that we know as the co-air surveys. And here's where these prime molecules, big molecules that contain a repeating structure, and they were like the pre-existing structural form of cells. So if I'm being redundant. Okay, so before the cell, Alexander Oparin proposed that we had conditions that led us to be in a primary soup, where these molecules used to consume other molecules, right? The coagulates, and then posteriorly, in the Earth planet, we had a big structure of these coagulates because they have consumed each other, looking for energy. Okay, and after this, we had the chemical processes that divided all these soup, and that gave us all the cellular structures. Right. However, in 1929, J.B.S. Haldane sharpened his theory. Right. It has been demonstrated that high energy levels in radiation can break down molecules. An example of this is the famous pyruvic acid. That is a molecule that has certain incidences in metabolic pathways of cells, right? So, right. So, what does happen with it when this molecule is exposed to energy and light conditions? It breaks down and transforms into smaller molecules that will undergo different chemical reactions. And these micromolecules will have a high reactivity. All right. So after this, some researchers have shown that certain molecules like nucleotides in these bases, they have kind of protection. So the basis of nucleotides, uh, right? Bases of nucleotides bases protects. This base protects the pentose sugar, and also the the phosphates, the phosphate groups, right? Presented in a famous molecule that we know as the RNA. So, in certain way, we could have seen that the ultraviolet radiation could be a limitation, but maybe it was a natural selection processes that took place. And you know that from the RNA, we can have something that is called the protein synthesis. So, according to this, we can say that the RNA started forming larger and larger molecules. So here is where we have something that is called the central dogma of molecular biology, right? The molecular biology central dogma, where we take this simple and simpler change of RNA, simpler than those ones that appear in the DNA, we can have and obtain amino acids that are the building blocks of life. And amino acids will considerably give us or give rise or yes, give origin to proteins. And those proteins will have different functions. They can be structural and at the same time they can be functional.